Okay, good morning. Good morning, good morning. We're outside. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me know if there's any problems because I know sometimes the internet isn't as good outside. But hopefully we're good to go. You can see and hear me. Let me move that a bit closer. Great. Okay, good morning, good morning. Hope we're all good. We're going to begin lying down. So come to lie down. I've decided to stay outside for as long as possible. It's so lovely this morning. The sky looks beautiful. You know, when it's like it's smudged with clouds, like someone's dabbed them on with a sponge. Yeah, and it's still pretty warm. So, welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday, so on Wednesday we like to focus on our hips. So we're going to begin lying back. So come to lie back. And we're going to begin maybe in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's where we take a diamond shape with the legs. Yeah? Come in to say hello, Satsuma. Come on. So lie back. Bend the knees, plant the feet, and then take the knees wide. Only if that feels okay. Okay, if it's a little bit much in the morning, come to just long legs. That's fine. But if it feels all right, nice diamond shape. Take a moment to get settled here. And if you've got support under your outer thighs, that will take the edge off this shape. And you can also just place your hands there. That does make a difference. I've got a lovely view above me, so I might keep my eyes open. But maybe just take a moment to close the eyes and arrive on your mat this morning. We know kind of what we're doing now. We check in and observe how we feel after finding stillness. My hands are, but you can lay them out beside you. Again, it's whatever feels good for you this morning. Those of you who are joining me now probably have been doing this for almost 50 days. Can you believe it? So you're getting used to this moment where we just arrive. How are you? How are you feeling this Wednesday morning? And then you're exactly where you plan to be. Remember that. You've made the effort to roll out your mat to get to the next 40 minutes or so. Be as intentional as you can with them. Be in the moment, be with your body, and use this time wisely. It really then does filter into the rest of your day until you can come back to your mat again. I find self-care top up. So when you've had that little chat and checked in, if you're not already there, just start to breathe a little more mindfully. If the hands are resting on the belly, you can use that as a guide to how your breath is moving through this morning. Trying to get each exhale a little bit longer, a little bit deeper and a little bit smoother. Just take a few breaths here together. Allowing the breath to really ease the thoughts and the body, and just prepare yourself for your practice. Try not to let the mind to the day ahead. Yeah. breath is going to keep you in the here and now. Take one more breath in. And one more long sigh breath out. Lovely. On your next inhale, bring the knees together. Take your time. And start to pick up the knees and, pick up the feet and grab hold of the knees. And just do a little rock from side to side. And then eventually move that into some circles with the knees. At the moment, my knees are in the same direction. So they're together. It's like I've got one leg. You can change the direction of those circles. And then we're going to drop the left foot down. We're going to bring the right leg in a little bit more. I'm just going to move the right leg and hip on its own, just so you can get a sense of how each hip is this morning. If that left leg's in the way, just move it out. You can extend it or you can keep the knee bent. I just want you to circle the right knee a few times and get a sense of the top of the thigh bone, yeah? Massaging the hip joint, that's what we want to feel. So if there's any clicks or tightness, you can just, notice. How is your hip this morning, your right hip? Good, and then when you're ready, switch. Left side. Same thing, circle and just feel it out. And it's so easy to rush these. Go a little bit slower. And we are trying to get a circle, yeah? Might feel a little bit more like a square sometimes. But we want that smoothness throughout the whole of that movement, if possible. Okay, bring both feet off the ground again. Let's circle the knees together now. Sorry, at the same time, but in opposite directions. So you're going to come out and into the midline, or into the midline and out. I don't mind which way you do these, but each knee is going in an opposite direction now. Kind of like a breaststroke swimming leg, yeah? And then let's settle in happy baby. So it's first thing in the morning. Happy baby might not feel that accessible. So you don't have to grab hold of the ankles or the feet. That's just an option. The main thing is we want our thighs at 10 and 2 o'clock. And we want like a bend in the knee, and it's like the soles of the feet are on the sky. And actually, you might move the feet, the toes, and the ankles here, just to bring some movement there as well this morning. And you might then bend and extend the knees a few times, kick one heel away and one heel towards you. If you've got the big toes, by all means, you can bend and extend with the arms as well. But just be mindful, we don't want to be up here reaching. The upper body's relaxed, yeah? We're focusing on the navel down. So you can bend and extend without holding anything. Great, and then just pause wherever you are in your version of happy baby. Breathe a little bit here. Each exhale, maybe you're going a little bit deeper. And then we're coming up to sit. So I'm outside. I'm going to give some rolls a go, but that might be a little bit tricky or a little bit too hard for some of you, depending on the surface you're rolling on. Actually, mine feels quite nice. Try and roll along the edges of the spine. So we don't want to roll directly along the spine. Think about rolling down the right side of the spine and the left side of the spine. Almost like you're doing a little kind of oval shape with those rolls. And then when you build up enough momentum, you can come to a little hover here. If you've still got hold of the toes, some of you might kick out the legs and sit tall, lifting through the chest. I can't stop looking at the sky this morning. I don't know who's outside. If any of you are outside, I hope you're enjoying the same sky I am. Breathing for 3, wherever you are. Remember, you don't have to be here. You can just hold the backs of the knees for 2. Good, on 1. Crossing at the end. Okay, so think about how you're seated. Nice and tall through the spine. Be mindful if you always cross the same ankle in front, maybe this morning you can switch it out. And you can take a variation of Sukhasana where one heel is in front of the other rather than a cross of the ankles. So if that feels okay, maybe take that version this morning. But wherever you are, we're just going to sit tall for a moment. Notice how the breath is up here. Give yourself a few moments just to settle through the sit bones. Good. Okay, side stretching. Arms are going to come all the way up. Reach them super high. I like to hook the thumbs, but you can interlace or do whatever feels good this morning. And then let's just go over to the right, stretching out the left side body. We're not here for long. Breathing back to center and over to the other side. Just getting the spine and side body a little bit warmer before we come into some seated postures. Back to center, hands behind the head, little rotation of the torso now. It's an inhale to find center, and it's an exhale to twist. Good, okay. Just a few of those, and then we'll come into a version of those with a hip stretch as well. So you're going to kick out the right leg and keep the left heel in towards you. Janu Shasana, head to knee pose. So we did this last Wednesday as well. We're going to add on a little bit more this week. So we're going to go into a side stretch. So the left hand reaches up and over and the right hand slides down the leg or wherever, maybe it's outside, maybe it's on the shin, whatever gets into a nice side stretch. And hopefully you can feel this in your inner thigh a little bit on the right side. Good. That top hand, if you want, you can rest it behind the head and do some shoulder circles as well. It's always nice to add a little bit of movement into these poses, just so that we're getting in the whole body where we can. Awesome. Okay, let's pause here for 3. How's the breath? Try and keep the chest nice and open. For 2. Good, on 1. Listen carefully. Your left hand is going to come back down to the earth. And you're going to sweep the right hand in front and you're going to lift your seat, okay? So if you need to bend this knee to help you out, you can. But if you can, straight leg. It's almost like a little back bend, but we're opening up the hips. I want you to squeeze the butt and send the hips forward. We're here for 3. If you want, you can lift and lower if that feels a bit better for you. Or you can hold for 2. Lovely. On 1, as you come down, your right hand is going to stay behind you for support. Sorry, your left hand is going to stay behind you for support. Your right hand's going to come onto the bent knee, and you're going to add a little twist now. So that back hand is like mimicking your spine. So come high onto the fingers. Front hand is just resting wherever's available. Still active through the right leg, so flex the right toes up and away. Good, you can stay here if you want. The back hand can sweep up and over. So you're getting another side stretch. A little bit deeper this one. But don't forget the twist. We're still pulling on that left hand. Good. Lovely. Okay, back to center. Release it all out. Hopefully the upper body's feeling a little bit more spacious. Okay, soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. So we've already done this diamond shape with the legs. We're just doing a seated version now. Sitting nice and tall. And some of you might be able to lean forward. We're going with a long spine to begin with. You can do a second round of this where we'll round the spine. I think it's a nice opportunity to place the hands on the feet. Action. It's really easy to round the spine here, so just try not to strive on this one. You know, when we get a little bit closer to the floor, it's like, ooh, it's like, but let it go. Yeah, we're just going as far as our bodies want to, and without compromising technique, or alignment, the integrity of your spine. It's a hip stretch. I want to feel it in the hips. Good, inhale, come back to center. Okay, let's do those postures on the other side now. So you're going to kick your left heel out. You're going to bring your right foot in. So remember what you know. Active through the legs. And then if it feels okay, start to go into the side stretch. So your left hand slides down the leg, on it, in front of it, behind it. Some of you might be able to reach for the toes. And the right hand comes up and over. Remember, you can take hold at the back of the head just to help you out, really get into the waist. And you've got those circles with the elbow as well. Oh, I love side stretching. I know I say that a lot to you, but it really is my favourite thing to do. I just don't think we get to do it very often. Lovely. Come back to centre. That little mini back bend. I call this like a mini wild thing. As you come up, the extended leg, you're going to come onto the inner edge of that foot and the shin of the bent leg. Remember, you can come up and down, enjoy sweeping the arm, or you can just stay up and really enjoy opening up the front body. Squeeze the glutes. Use the legs to help you lift for 3. Oh, trees, bushes in my face, lovely for 2. Good on 1. Sweep the arm down and around, and it's going to hold onto the knee. Let's add that twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. I think that's the good thing about practicing outside. You're just a bit closer to nature. It's very grounding, the power of nature. Looking at your face, the breeze from the wind, a leaf in your head, all of these things. Very good for us. Okay, if you want, adding on that little sweep. Again, it makes it a bit more intense. So try not to lose the twist. Try not to lose the lower body shape. Good, we're here for 3, for 2. Good, on 1, back to center. 1 more Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together again. So last time we went down with the long spine. This time I'm gonna let you kind of round the spine, okay? Which is nice. It's a nice feeling. And you might find you can get a little bit lower. So it might be that the forehead does come a little bit closer towards the feet. So before we were the chin past the toes, almost head to floor. This time we're trying to get the head to the feet. When we compress the front body, we're trying to breathe into the back body. So when you breathe, send the air into the back of the rib cage. Lovely. Okay, when you're ready, come up. Heels wide. Let's swish the legs a little bit from side to side. And then you're going to make your way into tabletop. So cross the ankles, roll over them, and find your way to all 4s. Okay, how's that feeling? So we haven't moved our spine loads. We've done a bit of side stretching. So just start to open and close the spine with your cat-cows, using the hands, the knees as your stability. We're not here for long. We're going to keep focusing on the lower half of us. So just take a few more breaths. And then let's circle the right knee again. So the last time you did this, you were lying down. So you're going to feel the hip working a little bit more now. And I want you to go in all directions. And then in and out a few times, as if you're trying to bring the knee to the chest or the chin, and then away from you. Inhale to come in, exhale to extend. And then same thing, but just bring the knee more out to the side as if we're trying to tap like our upper arm, our upper shoulder, upper arm. Good, so it's like coming to that 10 o'clock position, yeah? And that's where we're gonna eventually place the foot. So next time you come through, let's place it outside the right hand, okay? So 10 o'clock with the right toes, and then move forwards and backwards. Good, so if you think about a single happy baby leg, it's this, yeah? The thighs at 10 o'clock, the knees bent, the sole of the foot is on the floor now instead of facing the sky. And that happens a lot in yoga. The poses are just in different versions. Okay, let's stay forward, and as best as you can, try to think about this left hip as well, coming towards the ground as much as you can get it there. So you might just heel toe or shuffle the toe and the knee a little bit further back. We still want the right hip next to the left hip. And you can add a little twist here. So it's like you're opening up to face that winged out leg. And how kind of relaxed or inactive is this leg versus it being active? So can you press through the big toe and squeeze it in and squeeze the left butt? And then can you relax? Strength, stretch, or strength, length. So play around with that. Muscles, good muscles, we want both. Some of you might be able to come down onto the forearm here. That's absolutely fine. Some of you might get a little bit more on the left hip flexor by tucking the toes and moving around here. That's also fine. You've got about 3 more breaths. Okay, listen carefully. Come back up if you dropped a little bit lower. Left hand's going to stay down, right arm's going to come up now, and we're going to do that with the breath. So exhale, bring the forearm towards the floor, and inhale, reach it up. Again, some of you might be a bit more active in this by lifting the back knee, curling the back toes under. Good, just do about 5 of those. And then let's just stay up. Maybe look up to the sky and the top hand. Lovely, both hands down now. Drop the back knee, just slide or heel toe that foot back. Knees together now. Exhale, come halfway and then all the way down, belly to the floor. Inhale, little lift of the chest, squeeze of the shoulders. Exhale, forehead down, tuck toes, strong push back into a brief child's pose. And then we're back in tabletop whenever you feel ready. Good, how are we feeling? Okay, let's move on to the left side. So when you're ready, start to hover the left knee and draw some circles with the left knee. You can never see the time from back here. Go, okay. Making these circles as big as possible. A range of movement. And then when you're ready, you're inhaling in and out, yeah? Doesn't matter really whether you inhale to come in or out, as long as it's one breath to draw the knee in and one end of the breath to take the knee away. And same thing, come in and out towards the chest and the midline, as if we're trying to bring our knee up to our nose, and then start to take it out to the side. So do about 5 of each. So now you're tapping like the left shoulder with the left knee. Once you feel you've balanced both sides and you're ready to step through, come to step through. left foot outside left hand. Toes are at 10 o'clock now. Yeah. Moving forwards and backwards here. Getting into lizard on the other side. Taking your time. Playing around with the distance of your feet. And then maybe adding that little twist. Just looking over the left shoulder. And remember that winging out of the leg. Pressing through big toe and baby toe. Testing that strength and length combination. Because the muscles work together. So as you wing out, we're lengthening the inner thigh, and the outer thigh and hip is working to help you do that. And then as you bring it in, we're working, strengthening the inner thigh, and the outer hip and thigh is allowing you to do that by softening. So muscles work in pairs. Whilst one contracts, the other is relaxing. Whilst the other relaxes, the other one contracts. It's much easier to think about it as on your arm. So your bicep contracts, tricep has to relax to flex the elbow. And then for the tricep to work, it contracts, bicep relaxes to extend the arm. So, but that happens all over the body, is what I'm saying. Okay, there's the biology lesson over. Okay, let's come down a little bit lower just for a couple more breaths. Remember, if you want to tuck the toes and lift the knee and move around here, you can. If you're doing our teacher training course, which is starting in September, don't worry, I'm not doing the anatomy. I do love the anatomy, but I'm sticking with the philosophy and the teaching and the yoga. I've got a wonderful person doing the anatomy, much more knowledgeable than me. Good, and then let's go into those twists. So back knee can be lifted or lowered. And you're going up and down. And again, just about 5 or so. Lovely, really nice. And brief pause at the top. Someone on a plane up there. It's the second plane I've seen already today. Okay, listen carefully. Exhale, knee down, hand down. Slide. Let's do 5 presses this time, just to keep that strength we've been building through the upper body. You know, I've been doing these presses pretty much every day. We don't really miss a set most mornings. Belly to the floor, so you will notice a difference. And then exhale. This time we can push back into a brief child's pose and then lift into downward facing dog. Nice. Enjoy that feeling of your downward dog. Head heavy, hips high. Walk out the legs, do what you need to here. Knees soft if they need to be. It's all about lengthening through the spine, getting the hips nice and high to the sky. Good. If you want to, you can take a vinyasa, but some of you might just want to stay with your downward dog, feeling strong and nice there. Knees or chaturanga this morning, yogi's choice, whatever you're working with. Come forward and through to a deeper back bend. Just go gently with that. Or cobra. Nice. Okay, let's lift the right leg nice and high. And we're coming straight into a split dog. So bend the knee and stack the hips. And we're pausing in a split dog here. Really feeling a nice opening through the front of the right hip. Knee high, hip stacked. Equal pressure through the hands. Good. And then when you're ready, look forward, extend the leg. Exhale, step the foot all the way through. Roll it forward, push the floor away. Get the foot between the hands. And then ease into your low lunge now. So the foot's inside the hands and we're coming all the way up into a low lunge. I don't mind what you do with your hands this morning because the focus is getting that left hip forward and stabilizing the right leg, pushing the right hip. So hands on maybe hips, low back, or you might not feel you're doing a low lunge without reaching the fingertips up to the sky. Again, yogi's choice. Be creative. You do you. Okay, hands on the floor. Bring the hands inside the right foot now. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, spin the back heel down. So left heel's now grounded. And your right hand's going to stay inside the right foot, yeah? Like you've got a nice connection between inner knee and upper arm. And then your left arm is going to come up into a version of extended side angle. If this feels too much, the forearm can come to the knee. Just use your body to come a little bit higher. If you can, look up to the top hand. We're breathing here just for 3. Strong back leg, really press through the back foot. For 2, draw up through the thigh. Deep bend in the front knee. Good on 1, just 1 breath. Your peaceful warrior. We're not here for long. We're just going to enjoy a nice side stretch. And we want to feel that front leg and hip really working to hold you. Not too much weight in that back hand. Lovely. How's the breath? Inhale, come back to center, use your core. Exhale, frame the front foot. Big step back. You can take a chaturanga and an up dog, or you can just push yourself back into a downward facing dog. Yogi's choice. Okay, left leg high. Exhale, split your dog. Again, nice stretch through the front of the left hip. And that should feel a little bit more open. It's just had a lovely few breaths in your low lunge. So enjoy that feeling. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward, extend the leg. Exhale, step the foot through. So let's really think about this low lunge on the other side now. Really directing the right hip forward, pulling the rib cage through. Again, do what you need to with your arms. Good, we're here for 3. For 2. Good, on 1, hands down, inside the front foot. Take your time. Lift the back knee by tucking the toes and spinning the heel down. This time, left hand comes inside, right arm comes up. I have to always kind of heel toe my foot much longer. So if you're quite long in your inner thighs, just heel toe the back foot. Again, Yogi's choice where your hand or your arm goes. Looking up, breathing for 3, for 2. Lovely, peaceful warrior. Try not to move the legs. Keep them strong. Over, the right hand slides down. Nice side stretch through the left side body. Good. How are we feeling? 1 more breath. And then use your next inhale to come back to center. Frame the foot. Big step back. Take a vinyasa. Or meet us in downward facing dog. That's where we're going to stay. Just for a few breaths. So, Yogi's choice. If you want, in your downward dog, you could try a figure 4. So you bring the right ankle above the left knee. Just see if you can do 3 breaths on each side. If it's too much, don't worry. But we'll be coming into pigeon in a moment. So this is a nice little preparation for pigeon, but I'll give you options if pigeon isn't something you want to do this morning, if it's too intense a pose. So once you've done figure 4 on both sides, let's work to a yogi squat, but in the middle of the mat. So step the feet halfway up, 10 and 2 o'clock with the toes, sink the hips, and just get settled in your yogi squat here. Don't rush. If you need to bounce up and down a little bit, that's fine. Good. And then with or without the bouncing, just find some time in this position. This is another example of where you can kind of just use the flexibility to help you out here. But we want to be strong. You know, can you push up and pulse a little bit just to make sure that we're not just using flexibility here, we're using strength. Sometimes the ankles are a problem. They're not as flexible as we need them to be. That's something I struggle with. So if your ankles don't feel as flexible for the knees to come all the way over, you've probably just got tight calves and you just need to turn your toes out more, take a wider stance. Okay, let's lift the hips, hook the toes, and just take a forward fold here. So square off the feet. If there's any other version of your forward fold you want to take, you can. Get a little bit of length through the backs of the legs. From here, again, just a little bit of preparation before we come into pigeon. Heel toe the feet a little closer and just step right foot behind left foot. And it might be that you stay here, or it might be that you can walk your hands over to the left. Keep the right hip hugging back, and hopefully you can feel something going on along the outer hip thigh kind of area on the right side, whatever foot you stepped behind. So right foot behind, walk hands to the left, pull the right hip back. Good. Hopefully that did something. Let's switch. So left foot now steps behind. Trying to get the toes in line. And then walk the hands over to the right. Keep the hips back. We want the hips to still be next to each other, yeah? Good. The knees can be soft here. Legs don't have to be extended. Awesome. Okay, unravel, uncross the legs. Come back to yogi squat. So toes nice and wide, hips sink low. And we're going to try and sit down from here. So I like to just take my hands behind and see if I can lower down. If that's like, no, don't do it. Just take another version. Cross the ankles and lower the seat. Okay, before pigeon, let's just take a wide fold. Okay, so heels nice and wide. Kick them out, flex the feet, sit tall, and then exhale, come forward. Same as before, we want the chin and the collarbones coming to the earth. We don't want to be rounding the spine here. Okay, well done, lovely. We're finishing with pigeon or figure four. Figure four is great to come into from here. And it's just as effective, you know. So figure four is option one. So bring the legs a little bit closer. Right ankle above the left knee. And you can either sit in your figure four. Kind of nice to swish around a little bit here as well, I find. Add a twist is the option. Or for your figure four, that's also nice. And again, you can twist here as well. Those of you who want to take pigeon, come into pigeon. So it's exactly the same leg. If you look at my right leg, I'm not going to move it now and I'm going to come into pigeon. So we're in this figure four shape, but instead what's happening is the leg is using the floor and the left leg is just coming behind. See? So it's just more intense version of figure four because you're putting weight on the leg and you're maybe forward folding over the leg. But we want the same feeling. If pigeon doesn't feel like you're accessing the same parts of you as you are in figure 4, you're probably fine with figure 4, because pigeon is tricky, you know. It's the back leg that usually compromises pigeon. So your version of these final stretches. This is where we're finishing with our pigeon or our figure 4. Those of you taking lying down figure 4, if you do want to add that twist, it is lovely. So you shuffle the hips over. You would go over to the left if your right leg is bent. And the right foot comes to the floor. You can enjoy a twist. Okay, other side. So when you're ready, come out. Pigeons, you might want to go through a vinyasa and a final downward dog. If you're just lying back, it's just an easy switch. Some of you might be seated. This is fine as well. Again, your practice, guys. Get to know what your body wants. There's always so many options. And it might be that one hip wants something else. If you've got a bit of a tighter left hip, pigeon might not feel as good in the morning. I would encourage you to do the same on both sides though. And if you're not, that's fine, but let's try and sort that balance out so that both sides of the body are doing the same thing if we can. Okay, just give me 5 more breaths wherever you are. If you lay back with your figure 4 and you added the twist, add the twist. Hey, the other thing about practicing outside, which is lovely, just the freshness of the air. Just feels different. Okay, ease out from wherever you are. We're going to finish seated. I think it's good to end your yoga practice in the morning with a little bit of a different version of Shavasana. We're still seated, we're still finding stillness and softness and heaviness, but a little bit more upright. You know, we haven't got as much time. We're going into the rest of our day. By all means, if you've got a bit more of a lazy day and you haven't got to kind of get your breakfast on and get to work or do the school run, then by all means, lie back, enjoy some quiet time. But if you know you've got a busy day ahead, I think it's good to finish seated or kneeling. You might be resting your back against a wall. And just taking 10 grounding breaths here. We'll do them together. A nice long exhale wherever you are. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Good. Give me 9 more. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. 7 more. And it's so easy to skip this part, right? I know, I've been there. But this is where your real practice is. Those moments of discomfort where your mind is ready to leave. It's time to get on with your day. This is where your yoga practice really does come in. That extra breath you took in a pose you didn't want to hold. That extra vinyasa you took that was a little bit hard. All those moments are for this staying power. Give me 3 more breaths wherever you are. The day is coming, you know. The to-do list will get done at some point. So just enjoy your final conscious breaths, possibly of your day. Good, last one. Well done if you stayed for those 10 breaths. Good job. Chin to chest, little bow down. Let go of your practice. Let go of your breath. Well done, everyone. Take that into the rest of your day. Go gently. Go intentionally. Have a good one. Well done, yokes. Right. Ready? Capitals today.